what does it mean when someone comes and tell you, I have headache? How do we need to understand it spiritually? Because really, you cannot give someone headache. This is the second episode, and we have a guest, Risa Ravitz, and she's going to say a few words about herself, who she is and what she does, and then we're going to go from there.
Thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here. I am a neurologist by training. I have a practice in New York City and do a lot of general neurology, so I see a lot of different types of conditions: headache, pain, memory loss, Parkinson's, but I have a special focus on headache, boarded in neurology and pain actually, and also have been studying spirituality myself, and I'm curious about it, and my patients are curious about it, so I'm thrilled to have this conversation.
So what does it mean when someone comes and tell you, I have headache? How do we need to understand it spiritually? Because really, you cannot give someone headache. You cannot hold it. So it's something spiritually also, like stress. It's not physical. It causes a lot of problem. Yep. I mean, people cannot work, cannot sleep, cannot function. So when someone comes with headache, usually, what do we give them? Pain relief.
When patients come to me, first and foremost, they're looking to make sure that nothing is really wrong. God forbid, right? And there's some different types of headaches, and there's different types of primary headaches. And a primary headache means that there's no other reason. There's not a tumor, there's not some sort of damage in the brain or around the neck or something like that that's causing the pain, okay? It's something that we don't understand that well. Migraine and tension type headache are probably the most common.
It doesn't stop.
It tends to be episodic. It tends to be a one-sided pain that's severe. It tends to be to cause nausea and severe light and sound sensitivity, and people are very debilitated. They can't get up off the couch. The pain is so bad sometimes they go to the ER the first time it happens, and they think there's something like exploding in their brain. That's how they describe it. That's probably the most debilitating kind of headache, and very common. In the US, some of the numbers, 70 to 100 million people, okay?
Wow.
It's crazy, will have a headache like this in their life.
Wow, that's a big number.
Yeah, and what's also interesting, and maybe you have a comment about this, is like this is become a lot more studied now. And in the past, it used to be like hysteria. It used to be kind of looked at like a person was crazy, because we do a scan, there's nothing there. There's no tumor, there's no aneurysm. We can't see the cells that are talking to each other, and it's this episodic phenomenon that repeats itself. It's like a circuit that's going off again and again and again. You know, a patient wants to know they don't have a brain tumor, God forbid, and I do thousands of scans, and it's very rare to find anything wrong that can be fixed. And just like you said, it's something that needs to be managed. It's something that recurs. It's something that they need a treatment to be able to go on with their life and do as they need to do and be functional. So what's also very interesting is that patient population, they're not like the typical pain-seeking, they're not looking for drugs, honestly. They tend to be younger, more women than men, but still a lot of men. And they're typically very functional in society. They have good jobs, they have families, they want to be productive, and they don't want necessarily medicine. And if they do take medicine, they don't want addictive medicine, they don't want narcotics, and they want to be able to get back to their lives. But also a step further in this is that they want to figure out the root cause. Every single person, you know, I put on my website that I'm holistic, and I think people are looking for the root cause. I don't have an answer for them. I do not have an answer for them. We don't understand what causes this. We don't understand why it happens. There are many things we look at, obviously, sleep and food triggers and stress and these other things. Not so predictable at all, which is super interesting.
So let's first start with the big picture. It means it can go from the worst one to the easy one, okay? But migraines, it's something that a person going through, and it appears again, and then sometimes it goes, but he almost like get used to it. So the first thing that I'm going to tell you that really no one think about it is faith. They have no faith.
Interesting.
And the main one, because it's a personal, right? The pain is personal, not each one affecting each other with the pain. Each one is personal. They don't also have faith in who they are.
Oh God. So I'll get personal. So I have suffered from migraines since I was this tall.
We don't believe who we are.
Oh God. Like, what do you mean?
We think that faith and emunah, it's only if you are religious.
So you're saying
Emunah, faith, and believe in yourself is nothing to do with religion.
for sure. For sure. Well, yeah, but what about faith in like a higher power?
Right. So yes, so faith, emunah, there is higher power, but think about it. I have any kind of appliance or bulb or whatever. It's supposed to be connected. It's not on. Sometimes they show you like a picture of character. They put the light bulb right here. It's like, we'll talk about it later, maybe about memories and stuff. But first we have to understand, we need to be enlightened all the time. So there is two things that we have to do. Spiritual and physical all the time. We do mostly physical all the time, very little spiritual all the time. It's supposed to be one. I'll give you an example. Let's say you do some exercise in your life. So you move your hand, you do this, all different kinds of aerobic, exercise, walk. How many people you know, include yourself, that you do sport for your face? You see, start laughing.
Does laughing count?
We don't think so. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I drive, I do faces, so I don't care if people look at me.
It's so interesting that you say that, because there's some chiropractors and like alternative medicine people that have told, I'm open, I'm open to that. They've told people to put their tongue on the roof of the mouth and push, and to do these exercises with the mouth over and over again, and it will cure the headache.
It's not with the mouth. It's with the eyes.
Huh. Yes, there's eye ones too they recommend.
Eyes, it's a level of wisdom. Why? Because the eyes don't need noise, no smell, no nothing. You're observing all the time. But your mind is judging what you see. You're not open to see something different. That's when you don't have faith. It means you don't accept reality. When you start to accept reality, you're helping yourself and helping people around you. When you don't accept reality, it's argument, I'm right, you're wrong. So now, of course, you're going to have headaches. So why the eyes? Physically before we go spiritually, take a hose, and there is very low flow of water. Close it, just bend it, right? Like you bend a finger. Mm-hmm. Bend it, wait a few seconds, open it. You know what happened? Like there is strong water for a little bit, not too long. Again and again, right? When you close your eyes, very strong, but you open it immediately. It means you close it, hold it tight, and then like this, the flow. Because you need to see few times, again and again and again, because you have to see. When I look at every organ in the body, according to spiritual, you have to understand why it's round. We just accept it, round. Means there is no limitation, there's no end, there's no beginning. The mind works like this. When you close those muscles here, if you look, there is so many photos or drawing, the muscles here are straight. The muscles is round around the eyes. We call it linear and circular, deep teaching called 10 lumens emanation. The linear, the straight, is giving the flow to the circular, because circular goes this way, linear goes this way. So when you close strong and you hold, the linear gets stretched and helping the circular to get the flow. And you open it, it's like, whew, it's amazing. When you practice it regularly, you can do anything, of course, not drive the, I'm talking about the stop sign.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be even half a minute. You do a few. You sitting, you doing something that you don't need, it's no big deal to close and open we have so much time that we can do it. It doesn't have to be designated time for it. That's what I'm saying. And when you start moving the muscles and think about the face is not different than if you imagine you're not going to move your hand ever. What's going to happen?
It's not going to work.
Okay.
Well, atrophy, yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Now that's the physical. The spiritual is that we love to do the same all the time. We cannot. You have to teach yourself to be open, to study more, things that you don't know.
In any field?
In anything. Spiritually will help not only the headache, will help every organ in your body. Because we have a neshama, we have a soul. So when you study spiritually, it's actually touching. It's like buttons. It's like moving every nerve and every part of your organs at all. And you have to know how it works. It's so beautiful to understand that the mind, the right, is helping the left, and the left working for the right. So that teaches us that I cannot be selfish. It means for me, the minute the brain is getting trained by my behavior, me, so it stopped working right. That's why some people have one side pain.
Interesting.
Because now, ask the person, what do you have problem with your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your husband, your kids? Then they go, yes. And what are you doing about it? What should I do? Says, start to let go. Don't think you're right. Calibrate with those people. Do something about it. The headache is gone. Because spiritually, we have to understand, if you go to any kind of pain, it's only to tell you there is something wrong. It was not designated to hurt you. So it means, like someone said, hello, wake up, something like that.
Yeah.
So, but I have to understand it first spiritually, not physically. So now what do? You have that problem, whatever it is, any level, you're taking medication, you're not going to the cause.
No, for sure not.
So now you need a higher medication, stronger. So we're not fixing it. So we need to fix it physically. I can take also, you see those, see how I do it here? Do this, put it in the middle of your forehead, strong, and pull it all the way to here. Few times, and moving your eyes, no headache. When we say spiritually, it's not about just I'm reading spiritual book, or I'm going to a class. I'm studying spiritual, or I study Kabbalah, or I study Torah, or anything. It's to walk the walk. We don't like to take more commitments, and we think it's going to be too much. It's not. It's actually exactly the opposite. You study a little bit spiritual, any kind of understanding about spiritual, to understand what it means. It will actually help you more in your life instead of having the pain. Not only the pain, it blocks you, you cannot even function right. So to study it, it means not to study for study, it's to study how to walk the walk. We don't think about it this way because when we think spiritually, it's just, and more information about something that it's like somewhere there. No, it's not. It's right here. Emotion. For example, if the emotion controls you, it's darkness. If you control your emotion, it's light. It's good for you. So who's controlling who? We're going through emotion almost every second. She did this, he did this. Why? It's not fair, it's not right. Now you start thinking, maybe I did something wrong, maybe I not. Now, they don't love me, they don't. What is it? So that's caused a lot of headaches. A lot. Instead of developing the mind to go to a higher level of my potential, it's not a higher level of that I don't have, of my potential. You're stuck in the same level, the same thing. You just worry if someone loves you or not.
I love the physical things we can do. And if you tell someone who doesn't have faith in who they are, okay, that's a big statement, right? So that's a very big statement, okay? So let's get personal. So maybe there are some things what does that mean? How can we work with that in a in a constructive, positive way? That's not because listen, you tell me that, and you're my friend, and also I'm doing the best that I can. Maybe, right? I could probably do better, but what can we do to get at that a little bit more?
Okay, so go to something really also simple. We call it cause and effect.
Okay.
You are born. So first you have to start learning about why you were born. The day that you were born is not different than a seed of any tree. Whatever you have, whatever DNA in this seed, that's what's going to grow. Yes or no?
Yes.
It's not going to change. So we don't even know why we were born and why this day. We just celebrate. We call it birthday, but we're not connected to the birthday. We're connected to whatever, party, restaurant. The day that you are born, it's all there. Everything that you will go through, it's right there. Some people don't believe they have a soul. That's a big problem, because all the emotion and everything that we go through, it's not the body. Even when you say, I love you, the body maybe will do something, express it, but the love is not physical. Happiness, it's not physical, but happiness is good for you. Depression and sadness, is really bad for the health, right?
Yep.
We can't just use stress. So the same thing, when I know when I was born, and I know who I am, it means, of course, I need to study it a little bit. I do one-on-one with some people, just to tell them that you were born with those gifts, you were born with those challenges, those are the weak points in your body. So a person needs to know even basics about himself. When you have appreciation that there is God in this world, not as a religious, just like, fanatic, no, there is, and means there is system here in this world. Amazing system. And the system in your body, the soul and the body, how they work together. The minute you acknowledge it, only then you can start understanding that everything is in your hand. And if you don't understand even the basics of what it is, then we are the worshiper. Pain of a person, especially headache, can control the person.
Control, like?
Yeah, you go to a party, you go visit, you say, listen guys, I need to go. Why? It controls you. Now it tells you.
One of the biggest complaints of my patients.
I cannot sit and enjoy this people, I cannot social right now. Right?
It's too loud, or it's too this.
Too loud, too much this, too much. Can I heal myself? 100% yes. Not only that, it's better to say, forget heal myself. I'm not supposed to have it in the first place, the headache. Because headache is also a person that we do to run million different information at the same time. One of the best things that a person have to do, either in the morning or at the evening, have to make some kind of few bullet points to say, today I'm going to do this, I have free time here and there. First, you don't have to think about it. Don't try to remember what you need to do. Don't mix it with relationship. You need to start practicing, not to mix all the information together. That's headache. It's so funny, in cartoon, they show you that the person gets a bump or is kind of, going through something. They saw birds like flying around like this, right? It means my head spinning, we say. So imagine now every bird is a note, what to do or something. Hold one. So all those birds, I put them on piece of paper or whatever. There's nothing now. It's all here. What do I have to do? Be present. The minute we go to different direction at the same time, I tell people, for example, people that religious, praying, holding book, the minute they do that, you won't believe how they get bombarded with million different things except what they do now. How many people read books and they say, wait a minute, I have to read the last 2-3 pages again. Where were you? How many people can sit in a class and they hear the recording again? They said, I didn't hear this in the class. You were not there. And that's what we do on a daily basis. Million information together. We need to know how to control it. No headaches. You holding a book, I'm with you, that's it. Someone calls me, I'm not with you, I'm sorry. Let's say I need to answer it. I really unplug myself and going to the other person, focus on the other person. If not, I cannot even answer the right answer. We need to practice it. That's not easy, what I just said.
It's really not easy. And I want to say that everyone's into meditation now, right? And most of I don't know how much you learned about the different meditation strategies and whatnot, but most of them are pushing you to let your brain and your thoughts just go wild. And I actually did a lot of meditation, and I didn't want to have those thoughts. Like, I think maybe you're onto something here, like pushing your thoughts to where you controlling them. Literally, like, not that you're ignoring things but you're like lassoing them and hurting them and doing what you need to do, which I think is like in this world is everyone's trying to do this, trying to do meditation, trying to do this, but it's maybe something different. Maybe it's
No. But it's not meditation to blank my mind.
It's not just blank. It's like to let the thoughts all come and wild and...
No wild, no nothing. I am in control instead of my mind controlling me. If my mind controlling me, now my mind is picking up right now so many information at the same time, and then you're thinking at that moment, you open your computer to do something, and pop, my friend, I need to call, or I didn't call, why he didn't call me? And another pop, I just remember I forgot to go to get this and that. And then while you do it, another one, all the time, we have it, everybody have it. And if we don't know how to control it, that's headache. Meditation feels good for some people only for the time of the meditation. The meditation, according to spirituality, is I meditate to receive light and force to help me to deal with different things that happen to me in my daily life. When it comes, I take the meditation, insert in this moment, and it helps me. The meditation, it's like you are receiving into a container, let's say water. Now you are on your way and you start using the water as you need. Meditation, it means I know the direction. We lose the direction.
No, that's what I mean. That these things that the people are trying and doing, it's directionless. It's absolutely directionless. And I stopped I mean, personally, I'm just saying, I stopped doing it because I don't like that. Our thoughts are, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, they're not unlike our emotions, right? They kind of come and go, and some are good and some are not, and you have to learn how to, I guess, parse them out and control them, I guess, you know?
So that's why it's migraine. Migraine, it means it's in and out. Are you open to do few face movements, few things, to know how to let go? Are you willing to do some bullet points, to put some things from your head on a piece of paper? You know, some people like to write things. For example, one of the good things to do, it's not easy. Look how simple and not easy. Write your emotion every day. When you go through emotion, you have a second, write it down. Not easy.
Not easy.
We're afraid to write them. That means I believe in myself. I know who I am. I know my direction. I know what I need to do. I do like to connect to this universe. I'm supposed to be part of that system. And then, what about one of the worst things that people go through? Same thing, same head. We dream, we have nightmares. You feel like it's true, real. What about people losing their memory? Alzheimer's, dementia. People don't recognize their own kids. And it's not only that, they behave horribly too. How does it feel for the person that now kind of, he look at the person, his body there, it looks with the title mother or father, and he cannot do anything about it. Do we know what to do about that?
And I gave you two conditions that are trillion dollar, billions for sure, but $1 trillion, solutions. So no root cause for migraine and dementia. Almost all the types, no real root cause. Are we understanding the mechanisms a little bit better? Yes. Do we have any good treatment? In my opinion, no. Nothing good. And by the time we figure out and can actually diagnose what it is, it's too far along. It's like what's happening is just the connections are gone, and then the cells die, and there's no turning back. So everything that person had as a framework for life, who they are, how to lay down memories, it starts to go away. And then the emotional part of the brain is let loose. So they're all dysregulated. It's more than dysregulated. It's like, they don't sleep right. They don't know how to talk right. Many things, scary things. And then they live as like a shell of a person that's eating and going about their day, but not living. And I mean, people come to me many times a week because they feel like they're not thinking as well and they're worried about this future, okay? Because they're starting to walk into the room and forget where their keys are, or forgetting someone's name, or forgetting to pay a bill, or something like that.
For example, let's say some people also religious, they get dementia.
Of course.
Okay. So let's say...
let me just mention, for migraine and dementia and headache, it's pretty much the same throughout the world. Same for rich people, poor people, different religions, different races, different everything, it's almost the same everywhere. So universal condition, okay?
Right. So let's say, if we talk about people forget, there's different names, but it's actually they don't have memory anymore. How many people willing to study and to know that the way this system works? How much we know really how it works?
Not much.
Kind of. Sperm, egg, this, that, but how many people have sperm and egg? Everything okay? Not yet, because the neshama, the soul, didn't come in yet.
But also, I mean, the crazy thing that I always think about is in each time when the sperm is in there, it's like 10 million. 10 million to one egg. It's millions. It's millions.
You know what's the highest count? 600 million.
Oh my God. And it won't necessarily fertilize the egg.
The lowest count, by the way, when they check, it's 200 million. So first, when you are born, you study about a little bit about food, a little bit about furniture, what car to buy, what kitchen. We investigate many things. Do we investigate how it works? We live in a world that's called Asiya, means the word of action. It is. Look, it's all word of action. But there is word of formation that it's between creation and action. The word of formation, Yetzirah. Yetzirah, formation, it means creativity. The mind have to be creative all the time. I do classes every Wednesday. It's art class. I tell them it's for healing because the brain needs it. So there is a word, this word of formation, there is 6 levels in this form that called formation. It means the world of creativity. There is names to each level. Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod. This is what it means, memory.
So you're saying if you're not creating or learning, am I right about that? Mm-hmm. Then you're walking backwards, which is interesting because that's how muscles work, right? And you're always switching in the gym what you do and whatnot.
You have to. Right?
So it's the same. Why shouldn't it be the same?
Now I'm going to give you another thing, because for some people, the language Hebrew, they think it belongs to Israelis or Jews. No. Hebrew is a universal language that used to be the only language in the beginning of the world, in the beginning of history. And Hebrew, it means to transfer. To transfer, it means to transfer energy, to transfer this, to transfer yourself from one level to another. So when you start to understand kind of what does it mean, then you start to get that the light that comes in through the way you study, but you cannot study the same. Think about it. Can you study the same thing? Okay? So we're not supposed to be, by the way, we're not supposed to do anything the same thing. Even walk, it says better for you to go fast and slow, anything. So when you thinking about that system, let me tell you in Hebrew the word that it's dementia or whatever we call it, shikha. It means that you don't remember, no memory. If I take this word, it's exactly the same word as we say darkness. Zir and pin, what I just said, those 6 levels, they are always enlightening the person if you connect it, of course. The minute you connect, this light comes into the brain of a person fast. I have light in me, this soul. I can either move my hand nicely, I can do art, I can do dance, I can do many things, but I can smack a person too. So it means something here trigger the hand to smack or to do something else. So the minute you stay the same person all the time, exactly as you said, same move or no move in any muscles, what's going to happen? Backwards. So people don't use their brain right. But think about it. When we say to use the brain, imagine that we're using barely, I'm generous, if I said 5, I don't mind to say even 10% of the brain. Those genius, by the way, people in the world. It's still, you have to know, we're using a little bit of it. So imagine that this little that you use, most people 1 or 2 or 3%, even that, they stay exactly the same. It means whatever they know, it's enough and that's it. Now you have dementia. You think that you're going to tell people, start doing this. They're going to listen to you? Okay, I'm going to tell you something like that. I'm going to hold a ball, tennis ball. I'm going to tell you once a day, I want you to throw it to the floor. It's going to hit the wall. It's going to bounce back. You have to hold it. You might miss it. You might throw it the wrong angle. It's going to go somewhere else. Imagine how your brain you have to be so present, focused, to throw the ball again and again and again that it's going to bounce back to your hand. Tell a person to do 2 minutes a day. He's going to listen to you maybe the first day or 2. Especially if he did it pretty good, he says, I can do it. It's not about that. Even if you do something good, you have to reach a higher level of yourself about whatever you do good enough even better than someone else.
There's a lot of anxiety in the world, right? Especially in New York, but just in general, there's a lot of anxiety. And for my patients that have memory loss, I find that that's often, it's not something like Alzheimer's or something that's very progressed. It's actually anxiety that's derailing people's thoughts. It's like they can't connect thoughts as well, and they're paralyzed to move forward and make decisions and make action. And then they're overthinking and ruminating, and that's more thoughts that are coming in and interrupting. So for both headache and memory loss, it's, I think, a very big key component. So is there something in spirituality that deals specifically with anxiety, or is it still...
We call it anxiety, we call it harada. It means it's fear that it's not physical. It means you don't see something that scares you.
Or fear of the unknown.
Or fear of the unknown. It's fear in your mind only. What happened? When a person doesn't believe in himself, the anxiety comes because he's afraid of things that not gonna even happen. He's running those fears in his mind and it doesn't. So for example, I helped a young girl not long ago, and I said, the first thing you have to do, you have to remember that breathing exercise is good for any person, for anything. That's first. We don't have patience to do it because we barely breathe. Because the word in Hebrew, neshama, it means soul. It's the same word as breathing, neshima. When you breathe, the brain, even the brain says, oh, wait a minute, I'm okay. Then if you want to help yourself even better, take a walk. Then the brain and the body says, oh, I don't have to worry about anything. I'm okay. In the beginning, you need to do more breathing. Always it's good, but more breathing at the time of the attack. And take a walk, because automatically I get calm. And I say, okay, there's nothing, no harm is happening to me. So that means that the person doesn't believe himself before the attack. That's why there is 2 things we have to know. We need to study to know that in every person there is 2 voices. One is loudly and negative, and one is silent and positive. If there is no 2 voices, how can we have arguments always within us? Always, about anything. Yes, no, to eat, about anything, we argue. And we need to study, to train myself that the low voice, the positive one, gonna take control of the negative one. Most of the problem that we see in the world is because the negative thoughts become the person himself. And we have to know, I'm not the thoughts. I have to control them. And the more we study to understand the Kabbalist, what the Kabbalah, spiritual, all this, it's to really help the person to study, to know how to walk, what to do. Then it becomes no dementia, and it's also no anxiety. I start to believe, because who really I am. I'm starting tonight a new class of studying from the beginning who really I am. It's inside. It means it's the lowest to the higher. Nefesh, ruach, neshama, chaya, yechida. It's who I am within. Everything else supposed to support me and not to go against me if I understand the system. No fear, no anxiety, no dementia.
Sounds good.
It is good, but it's up to who?
Yourself?
I'll give you a little story that I heard long time ago, many years ago. A person came to his teacher and he wants to trick him purposely. He says, he's a Kabbalist, he think he knows, I'll trick him. He comes with the butterfly in his hand. He says, if he's going to tell me he's alive, I'm going to kill him. If he's going to tell me he's dead, I'm going to release him. So anyway, it's going to be wrong. So he comes to his teacher and says, I have butterfly in my hand. Is it alive or dead? He says, it's in your hand.
Wow.
This is my life, my soul. It's in my hand. You willing to study profession? You willing to take mortgage and to pay for a house most of your life? Can't you take a decision and say, I'm willing to study at least 1 hour a week? Spiritual, something that's gonna guide me for good future, to enjoy my life instead of to suffer? It's in my hand, this butterfly. It's my soul. You squeeze it, it dies. Look around. Release it. It's alive. Thank you for coming, Risa.
Thank you for having me. I hope people will look at this, because it's not that they hit a dead end with me as a doctor. I hope not, but it's not what they're looking for. You know, it's not what the soul probably is looking for. It's not. They're not getting the root cause answer, and science is not giving them that answer. And I'm a science person. That's I love it. I think it's amazing. But maybe they can have some other thing that's not so hard and not so, it's not dangerous, and it's a good thing to be doing.
When you're going to the effect, obviously you need some medication here and there.
Yeah.
But don't you want to cure the cause?
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, we need to understand, I have a body, I have a soul. If you already damaged something in your body, go to the doctor. They're going to help you this. But also go to the soul, to the cause, and heal it too.